Hi, I'm Auren and welcome to another Paddles Press video. Before jumping into today's video, I want to take a moment to give you a brief update following my last video, the link to which is in the description down below, where I discussed the most recent amendments to the City of Cape Town Municipal Planning Bylaw. You'll recall that the most recent amendments to this bylaw were approved by the City of Cape Town on the 31st of October 2019, and our video focused around the most important amendments which we believed would have an impact on community schemes within Cape Town. While these amendments have been promulgated by the City of Cape Town on the 6th of December 2019 and they came into operation on the 3rd of February 2020, we're currently in the process of studying these promulgated amendments, and we will publish an article or a video to elaborate the amendments and to discuss the effects that they're going to have on your community scheme. Now on to today's topic. If you manage or live in a community scheme, the chances are that you may have come across a notice like this at some stage in the last 3 years. This is a notification which CSOS sends to parties who have been cited as respondents to a dispute lodged with CSOS for adjudication. The notice usually allows respondents 7 days in which to make written submissions in response to the application. In our experience, respondents tend to go into full panic mode when served with this notice, and they have a sort of knee-jerk reaction just to send a hurried and poorly thought through written response to the application. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 pieces of advice to help you mount a defense. The first piece of advice is stop and take a breath. Take time to carefully read through the application accompanying the notice and carefully consider what relief is sought by the applicant in terms of the application. Oftentimes, applications contain ridiculous prayers for relief which don't even fall within the jurisdiction of CSOS, and you need to spot this early on. The second piece of advice is don't feel rushed. If you believe that you need more than the 7 days to respond to the application, then consider asking CSOS for a reasonable extension to the due date stipulated in the notice. CSOS usually grants respondents an extension to respond to an application, and you need to make use of this opportunity because it will give you enough time to engage with a professional, if required, and to prepare a well-drafted written submission. The third piece of advice is don't do it alone. It is important to consider whether you are capable of defending yourself in the dispute or whether you require legal representation. Now, legal representation is not an automatic right, but you are entitled to make an application to CSOS requesting legal representation, and they will grant you this request if they believe that it will be unreasonable to expect you to deal with the application without legal representation. The fourth piece of advice is think carefully. As per my recent article on the evolution of the CSOS procedure, the link to which is in the description down below, the exchange of written submissions between the parties in an adjudication form the formal record of the dispute, and parties are bound by these submissions, both during the adjudication and at any subsequent appeal thereof. Therefore, it's very important to carefully consider what you include in your written submission. The final piece of advice is take it seriously. Often respondents in an adjudication don't give the dispute much attention or consideration because they are under the impression that a CSOS adjudication is not a real threat. This is the worst mistake that you can make. An adjudicator has the same powers and privileges as a judge of the High Court, and an adjudication order may be enforced as if it were a court judgment. Therefore, it is a very important and impactful legal process, and you shouldn't be fooled by the informal nature of it all. So, if you receive such a notice from CSOS, I hope that you will take my advice into consideration.